It's about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and there he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skill by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Gonzalo running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Thank you for staying with us. It's still the Sport Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. The match between the Nigerian Falcons and the Mali ended in 2-0 in favor of the Super Falcons. 2 goals from Gift Monday ensured that Random, started his Aisha Buhari campaign on a flying start. We actually saw 2 assists from the captain of the side, talking about Azizat Oshola. How do you make up, how the Super Falcons performance? When they actually started the game, we felt that they were not going to, put up an impressive performance. But towards the tail end of the match, we saw them coming out smoking.
Yeah, nice performance in the second half. I saw a more determined side in the second half. Like I said, when we did our halftime analysis, I said the Falcons really needed to step up their game. And I'm happy that, the big players in the team like Assisad was able to, rally around the girls and, providing 2 good solid assists for Give Monday to put in the ball behind the net. And good one for Give Monday, young girl coming up. This is like her very first major appearance for the Super Falcons. And interestingly, she plays here in the local league. So, that's a really good one for her. And I really hope that, more players, young players coming through will be given this kind of opportunity to actually show the stuff they are made of in a tournament like this.
Looking at the match, we actually we get to play our lives out before we can able to get that 2 goals. Does it mean that the rest, African teams are beginning to catch up on the Super Falcons?
Clearly, that's what it shows. When we're talking initially, the last time these 2 sides met, it was an 8-0 thrashing, but today it's 2-0. Who knows what might happen the next time? So it's beginning to, female football is really catching on in Africa. So it's no longer a Nigerian show like it used to be some 5-10 years ago. So a lot of teams are stepping up their game. Their players are getting better. A lot of players coming through the ranks in different countries. So we really need to step up, because if we don't, I'm sorry to say that, the way we used to dominate on the continent. But if you even see the way we even dominated on the continent some years back is no longer like that.
Of course, sir.
I mean, if you just completed Olympic, if you remember, we didn't even qualify for the Olympics.
Of course.
So that goes to show that, the dominance we used to have is beginning to exactly, so the gap has really closed on the Super Falcons. So I really think, even on the part of the football authorities here in Nigeria, we really need to do more to ensure that, the Falcons keep dominating. Because if we don't, other countries are also not sleeping. They are doing all they can to ensure that they too, start winning laurels for their country, as long as female football is concerned.
Looking at the Super Falcons, the next match will be against Morocco at the same venue. Do we see them, getting to put up an impressive performance that the one they actually put up today against Mali? Because knowing fully well that the North African side are very good technically when it comes to the one-legged game. But do you see them, getting with the experienced players that one day has in his arsenal? Can he actually pull off an impressive result in that particular match?
They should, because, like you said, the North Africans are very, very technical, very tactical. You know, they are very mobile with the ball, very, very fast. They play a free-flowing kind of football. So if we don't, step up our game, I'm sorry that we might slump to a defeat against the Moroccans, because the Moroccans also have a very good team. Female football too has really caught on in that country also, and they have very excellent players. And to just to add that their female football league is even far better than ours. So they have a lot of players who play in that league who are doing very well. So this is our first game. Most times in competitions like this, your first game, you're just getting into the tournament. So sometimes you might not really be at your best. So I really hope that the coach will really need to fine tune this team. Ensure that some more cohesion is built into this team, so that when we play our next game, we should be able to at least come up with a victory. Because once we win our next game, that will be 6 points, and I'm sure we'll be sure of at least moving over to the next round. Yeah.
Of course, just to let you know that action will actually resume tomorrow, where Cameroon will battle Morocco. Then on Friday, it will be South Africa against Ghana. That's the Black Queens of Ghana. Then later that day, also Morocco will play Mali before Nigeria also get to play Morocco in the second phase of the Aisha Buhari Cup. So we're saying all the best to all the Super Falcons as they continue their campaign in the ongoing Aisha Buhari Cup. Right away from that, we head straight to the Champions League at this point in time, where action returned yesterday at the UEFA Champions League, where it's certain Manchester United, even with the coming of Ronaldo, couldn't actually get all the needed 3 points against the young boys. They lost that one 2-1 away. Sevilla and Salzburg, they drew 1-1. Barcelona lost at home to Bayern Munich. Some people are saying Barcelona at this point in time, without Messi, they are just an ordinary club like Arsenal. But Dynamo of Kiev played a 0-0 draw with Benfica. Villarreal played a 2-2 draw against Atalanta. Lille played 0-0 against Wolfsburg. Chelsea, they were 1-0 winners over Zenit Petersburg, thanks to the goal from Romelu Lukaku, while Malmo actually lost at home to Juventus 3-0. Ended in favor of the Massile Allegri side in that particular one. Today, actions are on the way already, where we see Besiktas actually losing at home to Borussia Dortmund. Sheffield are actually cruising 1-0 against Shakhtar Donetsk in that particular one. Matches still to be decided. Today we see Club Brugge played PSG. Man City up against Leipzig. Atletico Madrid will play Porto. Liverpool host AC Milan in that particular one. Sporting CP will host Ajax. Why the biggest one I would say for the night to be the game between Inter Milan versus Real Madrid. But how far quickly before we wrap up the show?
Don't forget that AC Milan also playing Liverpool.
Of course, it is a big match. But
match.
just looking at Inter Milan, they were champions of Italian Serie A. Real Madrid came second position in the English in the Spanish La Liga, showing that for me that would be the biggest match in the Champions League this year. But quickly, let's run down what really happened yesterday and what we should expect today.
Well, yesterday for the United game, of course, some have attributed the red card, shown on Wan-Bissaka to playing 10 men down. But that notwithstanding, a lot of people still expected United to come in with that victory. But of course, some errors there, here and there, cost United that game, especially towards the last part of the match where Jesse Lingard did a terrible mistake, which gave young boys the opportunity to score the winner at last kick off. Exactly. So for Bayern, Barcelona, well, it didn't come as a shock to me, but I really didn't expect Barca to lose by that sort of margin. They were playing at the Camp Nou, so I really hope that maybe some kind of 2-1, 1-0, or maybe playing.
Are we beginning to see the end of era for Koeman at this point in time? Because the club just came out a few weeks ago. They're saying they're exchanging his contract, and now they're giving him the performance that they want.
The club are in the process of giving him a new deal. I don't know how that will work out, but be that as it may, I really think Barca do not really have the personnel at this point. Fine, it's still Barcelona, but who keep forgetting that the Barcelona of a few years ago is no longer the Barcelona where you had the Iniestas, the Xavis, and the rest of them. This is a new Barca altogether, and I think Barca too are going through that process that almost every club goes through at some certain point in the lifespan of a club, where you go through a rebuilding process, where you go trophyless for a couple of years. I think, unfortunately, I think Barca too are beginning to go through that process because they were completely outclassed by Bayern right there at the Camp Nou. You're losing by 3 goals to 0. So I really don't know where Barca will go from here. I don't know if a new coach is the solution or some new players. The team has relied heavily on Messi. He became the first, the symbol of the team, but he's no longer there. And in fact, even a lot of Barca fans will admit that is quite strange watching Barcelona play without Messi. Like you said, without Messi, Barca is almost like an Arsenal. So well, I might not agree with you on that, but I really think Barca really need to, wake up.
Of course, looking at the matches we have today, Man City, let's just go straight to the point. Club Brugge, PSG, who do you pick, winning this particular match?
Of course, Club Brugge shouldn't be a match for PSG, considering, if you compare the kind of personnel PSG has.
Something we said for Manchester United yesterday, and
on
Manchester
paper,
United got the shocking of their
on
lives.
paper, fine. You could still say, of course, the coach came out to say he was astro-tough and all of that. Well, like we always say, all these things at the end of the day are just excuses. But on paper, for now, I think PSG should be able to at least come away with a victory against Bruges. For Inter versus
Man City versus Leipzig.
Man City Leipzig is not.
Of course, a very, very good,
a very
German
decent
side,
but
very fast with the ball.
Unfortunately, they lost their coach to Bayern, who really did a lot to boost the profile of the club, and of course, some key players also have gone.
They were semi-finalists 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago, when of course in that particular one they still had Timo Werner, they still had Upamecano, who has also left for Barcelona. So, but Leipzig, no doubt, are still the very decent side. So, but I see Man City getting one better over Leipzig in this one.
Atletico Porto. The return of Griezmann, Suarez is there.
Another difficult one to call. Porto is also a tough team. If we recall last season, they were the ones who actually knocked Juventus out of the competition last time around. So I expect a tough game. So, but this one is too close to call. But I think maybe this might end in a draw.
Looking at Liverpool, AC Milan, the return of AC Milan in the Champions
after
League.
so many years.
After so many years, we know the pedigree when it comes to the championship.
Yeah, I really don't know how to really rate this AC side.
They have a certain Zlatan Ibrahimovic,
no, but he's
ageless,
but for
40 years old.
For this match, he's out injured in this one, so he'll be missing this one. But no, be that as it may, AC still have good players, and Liverpool on the other side want to show that when it comes to playing at Anfield, and of course when it comes to Champions League, Anfield is one of the scariest place to play. Yeah, fortress for Liverpool. So playing at Anfield any day, they play with a different kind of confidence altogether. So I think Liverpool will take this one.
Sporting CP and Ajax.
Both sides are evenly matched. Sporting Lisbon also a decent side. Ajax brimming with a lot of youth and youngsters, plenty of youngsters in that one, and they play free flowing football, what the Dutch call total football. So I think Ajax should take this one.
Looking at the last match, some will say it is the biggest match for today's game. Looking at Inter Milan versus Real Madrid in that particular one, that their last 4 meeting, Real Madrid has won 3 and they have drawn just 1. In the last meeting that was played in 2020, 25th of November to be precise, Real Madrid won that match 2-0 against Inter Milan. The reverse fixture they also won that match 3-2 in that particular one.
Yeah, tough match it will be, star match, clearly. I really expect Madrid to win this one. No disrespect to Inter, but of course, we all know that they just lost their talisman, who made the return back to Chelsea. And of course, the coach who marshal this side.
Martinez Laturo is still there also.
Yeah, still there, but another thing is they also lost Antonio Conte, who actually marshaled this side. So, and these things matter. So, and even in the league so far, Inter have started the league a bit shaky. In their last game, they played out a 2-2 draw. So I think Madrid should take this one. Cancelotti back at Madrid, Italian, so he knows how the Italians play. So I think that should give him an advantage. And of course, if you compare player for player, like for like, I think Madrid has upper hand. It's I think Vinicius Junior has been showing the potential. Yeah, class, the potential that a lot of people had when he came into Madrid. Hazard begin to play very well. Karim Benzema, ageless, firing on all cylinders. So I think Madrid should.
Not forgetting Benzema.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Karim. Yeah, exactly. So I think Madrid should pick the 3 points in this one.
Of course, Alpha is thinking at this point in time that Madrid should pick the win against Inter Milan. The match will come up at 8 p.m. at Nigerian time. A whole lot of matches for you this evening. Liverpool against AC Milan is going to be match-watching. Football lovers will want to see who actually will carry the day, so that they can have bragging rights going forward. This is where we hit the brakes for Sports Orbit this evening. Thank you, our viewers, for staying with us. You can head straight to our Facebook page and YouTube. Also subscribe to our YouTube page, and so that you can get more production from the Leadership Podcast Studio. But for now, my name is Olawale Ayeni. I'm saying thank you to Alpha for coming on the show.
Always a pleasure.
Of course, Sports Orbit return tomorrow, bigger and better, for fresh another episode of the program. But for now, I'm saying bye bye. Do have a good night rest. Bye bye for now.